They said it casually, like it meant nothing. Big news coming soon. Everyone started smiling. I didn't understand. At first, not really. Just another gathering. Just another normal day. Laughter filled the room. Voices warm and loud. But something felt strange. Something slightly off. I saw your face. Across the crowded space. You weren't smiling fully. Just pretending a little. And I noticed that. More than anything else. Because I always do. When it comes to you, you looked away quickly. When our eyes met, like something was hidden. Something unspoken between us. And my heart knew, before my mind did, that something was wrong. Terribly, deeply wrong. I walked closer slowly, trying to stay calm. Trying not to assume. Trying not to feel. But feelings don't wait. They rush ahead. And mine were already breaking inside me. Then someone stood up, glass raised in hand. "Let's make it official," he said proudly. The room got quieter. All eyes turned forward. I felt my breath slowly disappear. And then I heard it. The words I feared were announcing their engagement. Everything stopped instantly. Right in that moment. Not the room. Just me. Inside. Because I couldn't move. Couldn't even react. I just stood there. Frozen completely. Trying to understand what I just heard. Trying to accept what I already knew. But my heart refused. It always does. I looked at you. Hoping it wasn't true. Hoping you'd deny it. With just one glance. But you didn't. You couldn't. Because you were standing there. Right beside him. And suddenly, everything made painful sense. Your silence. Your distance. Your unread messages. The way you changed. Without explanation. It wasn't confusion. It was a decision. A choice you made. Without telling me. And maybe you couldn't. Or maybe you didn't. But either way, I wasn't ready. Not for this. Not like this. Applause filled the room. People were celebrating. Smiling. Congratulating. Sharing joy openly. But I felt nothing. Not even sadness. Just emptiness inside. Heavy and quiet. Like something broke. Without making sound. I tried to smile. Just to survive. Because breaking down there wasn't an option. Not in front of everyone. Not in front of you. So I clapped slowly. Like everyone else. Pretending it's normal. Pretending I'm okay. But inside, I wasn't. Not even close. I kept looking at you. Without making it obvious. Trying to understand what you were feeling. Were you happy? Or just quiet? Were you sure? Or just accepting? Because your eyes told a different story. Not full of joy. Not full of peace. Just something else. Something I recognized. The same feeling I was hiding too. But maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm seeing things that aren't even there. Because that's what we do when hurting. We search for signs to feel less alone. But reality stayed clear. No matter what, you were engaged now. And I was nothing. Just someone standing in the same room, watching everything end. Without saying a word, I stepped back slowly, creating distance quietly. Not just physically, but emotionally too. Because staying closer would destroy me completely. And I wasn't ready to fall apart yet. Not here. Not now. Not in front of them. So I walked away. Step by step. Each step heavier than the one before. Until the noise faded and silence took over. I found a corner, far from everyone, where no one noticed, where I could breathe, or at least try, because breathing felt hard. I leaned against the wall, closing my eyes slowly, trying to process everything, trying to stay steady, but memories came rushing, without any control. Every conversation, every shared moment, every small detail that meant something to me, and maybe nothing to you. And that realization hurt the most, because what I felt was never spoken, never confirmed, never even acknowledged, just silently growing inside my chest, until this moment, where it all ended, before it even began. And maybe that's life. Sometimes you lose things you never really had, but it still hurts. Just the same, I opened my eyes, trying to stay strong, but something inside me had already changed. Not broken completely, but definitely cracked. And I knew then, nothing would be same. Not the way I see you, not the way I feel. Because today I learned something I avoided before. Not every connection leads somewhere real. Some just exist briefly, before disappearing forever. And maybe we were one of those stories, unfinished, unspoken, but deeply felt, and now it's over, without even starting, and I'm left here, holding nothing, just feelings and silence, both equally heavy. But I won't show it, not today, because some pain stays hidden, not because it's small, but because it's real, and real things are hard to explain. So I'll stay quiet, like always, even if it breaks me, little by little. Even if it breaks me, little by little. I stayed there quietly, trying to stay composed, but inside everything was falling apart. The noise from outside still echoed faintly. Laughter, music, voices, all felt distant now, like I didn't belong to that world anymore. I took a deep breath, trying to steady myself, but nothing felt stable, not even my thoughts. And then I heard footsteps, coming closer, slowly. I didn't turn around. I already knew. It was you. I felt it. Because some presences are impossible to ignore. You stopped behind me. Not too close. Not too far either. Just enough distance. Like always. Careful. Like always. Unsure. Are you okay? You asked softly. That question hurt. More than everything else. Because you knew I wasn't. And I knew. You knew it too. But still we pretended. Like strangers do. I'm fine. I replied quietly. The most common lie. We both understood. Silence followed again. Heavy and uncomfortable. Like words were there, but refused to come out. I didn't tell you. You started slowly. And I closed my eyes, feeling it coming. Not the words, but the truth behind them. I couldn't, you added softly. And that was enough to break something deeper. Because sometimes reasons don't make it better. They just confirm what already hurts. You could have, I said calmly, not angry, not loud, just honest. Finally honest. You didn't reply, just stood there quietly. And that silence again said everything clearly. You chose not to. And that's the truth. No matter the reason, no matter the excuse. Because when something matters, you find a way. And maybe I didn't matter that way. And I get it. I really do. Because I never said what I felt, never made it clear, never gave it a chance. So how could you know what I never showed? How could you choose what didn't exist? And that realization hit differently, not painful, just real, and strangely calming. Because for the first time, I saw everything clearly, not as a victim, but as part of it. We both stayed silent when it mattered most. We both avoided truth when it was needed, and now we're here, facing the result. Not dramatic, not loud, just quietly broken. I didn't want to hurt you. You whispered again, voice slightly shaking, and I believed you, because I saw it in your eyes, in your hesitation. But sometimes intentions don't change outcomes. And this outcome was already decided. Before tonight, before this moment, somewhere in between, all the unsaid words. I turned slightly, finally facing you, and for a second, everything felt still. No noise, no people, just us. Standing there, like time paused, just for this. I looked into your eyes, searching for something, maybe regret, maybe a reason, but all I saw was acceptance, not happiness, not joy, just quiet acceptance. And that told me everything I needed. You weren't choosing him over me. You were choosing certainty over confusion, a life already built over something undefined. And I can't blame you for that choice, because I would have done the same maybe. If roles were reversed, if feelings were clearer, but they weren't. Not for us. We were just moments, not a full story. Just almost something that never became real. I hope you're happy, I said slowly. And this time, I meant it. Not perfectly, not fully, but honestly enough. Because love sometimes means letting go quietly, even when it hurts, even when it stays. You looked at me like you wanted to speak, but words didn't come. And maybe that's okay. Not everything needs a final explanation. Some endings are understood without words. You nodded slightly, then stepped back slowly, creating that distance for the last time, and I let you, without stopping you, because this time, I understood everything. Not every feeling becomes a future. Not every connection leads to forever. Some just exist briefly, to change you, to teach you something about yourself. And maybe that's what this was, a lesson in silence, a lesson in timing, a lesson in courage that I didn't have, and now I know what I didn't before. Feelings need expression, not just existence, because unspoken love ends like this, quietly, painfully, without ever starting. You walked away slowly, back to your world, back to your life, back to your choice, and I stayed there for a few seconds, just standing still, feeling everything at once. Then I took a breath and turned around, walking out quietly, without looking back, because some chapters don't need revisiting. They need closing, with quiet strength, and maybe I lost something I never truly had, but I gained something I never understood. Myself, my truth, my courage to feel, even if it came late, even if it hurt, because sometimes endings are also beginnings, not of love, but of growth. And maybe that's enough. For now, for me.